Foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. Shalom to the whole for elect, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. And to you, ribs, to you sisters out there learning in silence and staying in order, I say to you all, Shalom. Right, so this is the article from Zero Hedge. Have a lot of good articles on here. Here's the one that reads, New human case of bird flu confirmed by CDC. Right, they've been using the bird flu variations of it for a very long time. Right, influenza, right, was one of the most deadliest, allegedly the most deadliest times for viruses. Right. I believe that was around the time when they started doing bioengineering with diseases. Right, they created this one thing, and then it has not stopped since. Right, you heard of swine flu, bird flu. The C-19 was a bat flu. Right. While they ignore, the word flu a lot. They make it seem like it's much more than that, right? Because it is. It's genetically mutated, right? They make it a big deal, right? So they could stop putting poisons in you, jabs, right? When you go to the doctor, they continuously, ask you, hey, would you like to get, this shot, that shot? I get text messages from CVS and Walgreens, things like that, and they say, hey, it's yearly. This season it's time to get free injections, right? So they're just basically giving these things away, and on top of that, some places are even paying people to take it. A lot of times when something's free, then you're the product. If you ever heard that phrase before, when something is free and it's good, that means that you're the product. Let's read this. It says, a new human case of highly pathogenic variant influenza has been confirmed. Officials at the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, also known as CDC, said on May 30th, the patient is a Michigan resident who works with dairy cows. The patient's age, gender, and work locations weren't disclosed by federal or state officials. It says the patient likely contracted the bird flu from cattle. Officials say the person experienced symptoms after direct exposure to an infected cow. Right, they love using animals. Right, Dr. Natasha Bagdasarian, Michigan's chief medical executive, said in a statement, the case is the third confirmed among humans in the United States this year. The previously confirmed cases, one in each Texas and Michigan, also cropped up in farm workers. Both those workers experienced inflamed eyes and have since recovered, as did a person who contracted the illness in Colorado in 2022. Globally, more than half of cases reported to the World Health Organization since the early 2000s have resulted in death. The new case is from a different farm than the earlier case in the state. According to Michigan authorities, the new patient experienced symptoms including cough without fever, and eye discomfort and watery discharge. The person was given an antiviral, is isolating at home, and is seeing the resolution of their symptoms, according to the CDC. Antiviral uses against influenza include oseltamivir, also known as Tamiflu. The person wasn't wearing personal protective equipment, PPE. This tells us that direct exposure to infected livestock poses a risk to humans, and that PPE is important tool in preventing spread among individuals who work on dairy and poultry farms, right? So they're speaking a lot about farms, people handling animals, and protective gear. They're going to come up with another thing saying that, none of these things are really going to protect you, and for the betterment of humanity, it's best that you don't have cattle. Right, this is where that's going. You know, how many farms have burnt up in the last, 5 years? Says here, Animal Welfare Institute, 2024 barn fire statistic by state. Now, these are how many farm animals have died in the fires, right? In the last year. So, right, we got California, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, right? So on February 9th, starting from the top, 2024, 17,000 deaths, right? And the species go on, right? From chickens. Let's see how many died in this one. 17,000 chickens. It's ridiculous, man. 17,000 chickens. The second one was goats, multiple species. Right, this one had 1,200 chickens died. 7,000 died. Right, but these farms are affected because even though in some of these you'll see 8 deaths, 25 deaths, the farms themselves are decimated. Right, this one had 120,000 chickens, so on and so forth, man. Letting you know this is not normal. Let's see the dates. All right, this is for this year. But you get the gist of it. Here's an example. Chicken farm in my hometown in Illinois exploded. The smoke could have been seen for at least 70 miles away. 1+ million chickens lost, but no human injuries. Wild. It's a wild thing. Right, it says here, antivirals used against influenza included oseltamivir. I can't even say that. I already read that part, by the way. We're going to start back here. We're going to start here. None of the patients contacted have developed symptoms, and none of the farms other workers have reported symptoms. There are no signs of person-to-person transmission of the influenza, also known as the bird flu or H5N1. CDC and Michigan officials said, while the CDC maintains the risk to general public is low, it says farm workers are the greater risk and advises them to take a number of precautions, including wearing masks, gloves, and dealing with animals with suspected or confirmed cases. Right, so now it's saying that it's really not that spreadable, but farm workers are in danger. It says there are about 105,800 workers on U.S. dairy farms as of 2023, according to IBS World. It says the bird flu jumped to cows in late 2023 or earlier this year, according to U.S. Department of Agriculture Sciences. Cases have since been confirmed in 67 herds across 9 states, including Michigan. The department says the flu has also spread to other species in recent years, including foxes, bears, and alpacas. Right, so it looks like they're taking down farms, man, and coming up with synthetic foods, man, chicken, eggs, everything. Right. Says here, company backed by Bill Gates creates fake eggs and mayo. Life can be pretty hard out here for a vegan. Sure, there's a lack of cheeseburgers and real pizza, but the hardest part is the stuff you don't think about. Most decadent desserts are totally off limits, including an array of delicious baked goods. Bill Gates, among others, have invested heavily in Hampton Creek Foods, which seek to end this plant-based dilemma. This solution, a brand new egg substitute made from plants, they're calling it Beyond Eggs. It's intended for use in all matter of cake bossing. It's a mix of 12 plants that taken together emulate the nutritional content and overall dexterity of your average eggs. They are also hard at work at an artificial mayo, which they are calling just mayo. Man, never trust anything this man got his name on. This guy right here, man, is evil. Evil. Stay away from any products this man's associated with, right? Because this guy's also associated with jabs and more stuff.
This is things back so much. Now, malaria is, of course, transmitted by mosquitoes.
This is the guy that you're going to trust with your food. He's releasing malaria mosquitoes into the crowd.
I brought some here so you could experience this. We'll let those roam around the auditorium a little bit. There. There's no reason only poor people should have the experience.
What?
The auditorium a little bit. There. There's no reason only poor people should have the experience.
And they laugh too.
You could experience this. We'll let those roam around. It holds things back so much. Now, malaria is, of course, transmitted by mosquitoes. I brought some here so you could experience this. We'll let those roam around the auditorium a little bit. There. There's no reason only poor people should have the experience. Those mosquitoes are not infected.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust anything that man said. He said those mosquitoes are not infected. Wow. So like, give me a second. This is Psalms 36:4. He devised mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. Right? This man does not hate evil. He's actually evil incarnate, man. He does it with a smile. This man has no business in the medical field at all. Has no medical degrees or nothing. He's a computer guy. Right? He gets off on this stuff. But anyways, be aware this man's coming with many trickeries. Do not take the jab. With that, I'm going to say, Call hello, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Rakah Kodash. Bashir Rokakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS. Shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching his word in true sincerity, and to you ribs, to you sisters out there learning silence. Stay in the order, I say to you all, Shalom.